Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to perform an engine oil change on this 2012 Toyota Sienna. Open the hood. Before doing the oil change, it's a good idea to warm the engine up to full operating temperature. That will help the oil drain quicker and more completely. Once you warm it up, shut it off, and you can open the oil filler cap. And note the viscosity rating on this one is 0.20. Depending on the area of the world you're in, on your market, it may be different. You can either drive the front wheels up on a ramp, so you can crawl under there to do the oil change, or lift the vehicle up so you can see these marks right here. That's where you're gonna put your jack and jack stands under. Make sure you use jack stands in addition to the jack, just for safety reasons. Take a look underneath the vehicle and locate the engine oil filter and the oil drain plug right there. I'll just show you what comes in this new oil filter box. You're gonna have the filter itself, which is fine, and then here you have two O-rings, and you have this little piece of plastic. So a lot of people ask me, what is this for? This is to drain the oil filter housing. Now, nobody in the industry, I've never seen this being used. I feel like it's just an unnecessary step. And then this O-ring here is only necessary to replace it if you drain the housing. So you would open the little cap on the bottom of the housing, stick this in there, drain the oil out of the housing, and then you would replace this O-ring after lubricating with oil. We're not gonna do that. It's just a waste of time. And if you don't disturb that cap on the bottom of the oil filter, you don't need to replace this O-ring. It's gonna last forever. It's not gonna leak. Place a drain pan under the vehicle, and then you can either replace the oil filter or drain the engine oil. The sequence of that doesn't matter. We'll do the filter first. You will need a tool that goes on the oil filter housing. Before I do this, I'll just show you. This is that cap I was talking about that you can remove to get the oil out of the housing first. But we're just going to take the housing out and drain it that way. We're not going to bother unscrewing this. So use a special tool, and check the links below the video for where to purchase a tool like this. Can't really do the job without it. And then just loosen the housing until you can remove it by hand. And now we're gonna unscrew it. Once you open it a bit, some of the oil is gonna start leaking out, and that's the only thing that you kind of prevent if you use that little drain. But you can either let it drain slowly over the side like this, and then take it out when it stops, or you can just take it out right now, and there you go. You can take the old filter out and then remove the O-ring. We'll replace it. So you can use a small flat blade screwdriver. Don't go inside there scraping on the housing, but just lift the O-ring up and remove it. Now grab the O-ring and then lubricate it. So you can use fresh oil, or you can use some of the oil that's here on the walls of the container. It's just to lubricate it so that when you're spinning it in, it doesn't drag on the housing. And just check the groove inside here. Usually they're clean because the housing is protecting it from dirt and whatnot. But if there's anything in there that you don't like, just wipe it off. And make sure you install the O-ring in this large groove right here. Sometimes I see people try to install it into the threads here at the end, and once they go to tighten it, it breaks it and causes a leak. So just install it back. Make sure it's not like twisted and rolled, and it's nice and even and flat. And then grab your oil filter, get it inside the housing like this, and now we can reinstall it. Okay, just check the surface inside here that it's nice and clean. I mean, if it has just oil on it, it's fine. You don't want to have any dirt there. Generally they're good. And then line the threads up and spin the filter in. And now you can tighten it up and torque it to 18 foot-pounds. And in case you did remove this little cover here, the torque for this is 9 foot-pounds. Now we can use some brake and parts cleaner and just clean off the oil residue and wipe it off so it doesn't end up on our driveway. Now loosen the drain plug using a 14mm wrench or socket, and remove the drain plug and let the oil drain into your pan or container that you have under there. While the oil is draining, take a look at the drain plug and make sure none of the remnants of the gasket are still left on there. If there are any, clean them off and just wipe it off. Make sure the surface is nice and smooth. And just be aware that depending on how much time has passed since you shut the engine off, the oil may still be quite hot, and the drain plug as well. So as you're removing it, just be careful and don't burn yourself. Take a look for the oil pan drain plug gasket. It is very often stuck to the oil pan. It's quite common. Sometimes it stays on the drain plug, but more often it's here. So you just take a flat blade screwdriver, put it against it, and then hit the end with a wrench, and that will knock it off like that. And then check the mating surface where the gasket was. You don't want to have any pieces of it left over, any of the blue paper. If there's anything left, clean it off gently, and then go ahead and grab your new gasket. Once the oil flow slows down to a drip or a small trickle, grab your new gasket and reinstall it after you've cleaned all the mating surfaces. And tighten the drain plug to 30 foot-pounds. And then wipe off any oil residue. You can use the brake and parts cleaner too if you need to spray it off. Install a funnel. You can get a screw-in one like this, and it makes things a little bit more convenient so nothing spills, and there's a link for this below the video as well. And then fill it with 6.1 liters or 6.4 US quarts of the proper viscosity oil. So in our market it's 0W20. In some other markets it could be something else. So either check on the oil filler cap or in your owner's manual. Once it's filled, remove your funnel and reinstall the oil filler cap. And now we'll check the oil level. So before we check the level, if your vehicle is up on the ramps or the front of it is lifted up, drive it off the ramps or lower it off the jack stands so it's sitting nice and level and we can correctly measure the oil level. Start the engine and let the oil circulate for a few seconds just to fill the oil filter housing, and that way we'll be able to check the level properly. Now let the vehicle sit for a few minutes just for the oil to drain down into the oil pan and level off, and then we'll check the level. Now that it's sat for a bit, take out the dipstick, wipe it off, and then reinsert it. And check the level. It should be up to this second mark right here. We're a little bit low still, so we're gonna top it up and then check it again. Just make sure we're good. And see, this side's fully covered. Like, it's hard to see the oil level sometimes because the fresh oil is so clean. But you can let it sit a little bit longer and level off a little bit better. So there's nothing left on the inside of the dipstick tube, and then recheck it again. And another thing you can do is take some of this oil, just apply it to the O-ring right here, and that will make sure it doesn't get dried up and get stuck in the dipstick tube. Okay, now that the oil level is right up to the top mark there, we're good to go. We can reinstall the dipstick and close the hood. And then depending on your market, you might have a maintenance reminder there. So I believe in the US, there might be one in the dash. This is a Canadian model. So if it has navigation, it's gonna have a maintenance reminder in the Navi. Without navigation, these models don't have any reminder in them, but it might be different in a different market. So for the Navi reminder, you go to Setup, Vehicle, Maintenance, and then Engine Oil. And then you set, I already reset this one before I brought the vehicle in, but you would edit it and type in your mileage. Well, we want 8,000 kilometers, and good to go. It's done. So that's it. Engine oil and filter replacements completed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more Toyota Sienna maintenance and repair videos. See you next time. Cheers.